Hello everybody, welcome in. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. I noticed my notification wasn't working super well, so we can go and adjust that. Time soon, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Let's jump in here, and we're gonna assemble some minis today. We'll see where that gets us, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of painting. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Happy Tuesday. How are you guys doing today? We'll set those down. I had I was trying to think about what to do today, and I think we're going to mess around with our Project Legion, and we're going to assemble some tactical marines, and we can just do the first 6 here. I think there are 6 of them that are claimed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and we're gonna make these kind of basic, just tactical marines. So I'm gonna use the Mark IVs. I like the Mark IVs. I have the Mark IVs on hand, so I figured I can work with these. So that is what we're going to do. So let's grab a sprue. This is the Mark IV sprue. It's really simple. I'm debating whether I'm going to put them on temporary bases or not. I think I might. I think I might just glue them to their bases. Yeah, and then we'll base after the fact. Okay. We're getting these pieces here. Yeah, there was a fun Custodes leak that popped up. You may or may not have seen. Just jumped up 4, 5, and 6. The new 30k Aquilon Terminators. I think they're called the Aquilon. Is that what they're called? Maybe. They GW accidentally posted an image of them. Maybe not accidentally, but unintentionally posted them on their new Warhammer Academy website. We all suspected they were coming, but they were the last Custodes model in the 30k range, at least non-flyer model or unique character model to come out. So they're out there. I imagine GW might announce them soon, then do like an official announcement. I don't think the leaked photo doesn't do them justice very well, I think. Their proportions look a little funny and everything, and I think that might just be due to, being a zoomed out picture. Not nice like glamour shots that they do the minis when they show them off, and definitely not seeing them in person affects how people see those models. Hey Frankie, what's going on? How are you doing? Two, 23, 24, and where's that bolter? 25. Bolter. Put you right there. My draw. How you doing, man? How have you been? Good. Space Marine's doing today. I did miss you. No, I was actually I was like, what? Like, where's he been? But I was considering sending you a message on Discord just to make sure everything's okay. I never expect people to come in to hang out in my stream, and you know, if people get bored and they decide they don't want to hang out anymore or whatever, then that's fine. That's their prerogative. You know, we're on the internet here. It's not like you're a captive audience or whatever. But yeah, I know you've been extremely consistent. So I wanted to. I was gonna check in, just make sure everything's okay. And you know, if you weren't liking the channel anymore, that's fine. You know, no hard feelings. But you're back. A week of joy. I don't know about that. I'm assembling Mark IV Marines. So we're basically starting some of the process with this Project Legion. And this is basically, you guys are sponsoring minis. And and then I am painting. I guess the phase one. There's kind of two phases to this, but the phase one is just an individual legionnaire. So we have 6 legions represented so far. A whopping 6. And yeah, I have details on the Discord. There's a channel called Project Legion. But yeah, so I'm just assembling the first 6 models. I'll get them going, and we'll paint them. If you do want to sponsor a Legion, it just has to be one that's not claimed yet, and I'll get your name down, and then we'll get a Marine together for you, and we'll paint them. Okay, I think that's all the pieces. I cleaned that sprue up pretty good, so that's good. I'm gonna do helmeted heads, at least for now. Yeah, I don't need the instructions for these. Something I did finish last night. I'll show you guys here. I have a bunch of these. A couple of those. A couple of those. I have my my tokens, my status tokens. So that's exciting. Oh, Mydro got the 125 stream streak. So you've been flipping on VODs or something, haven't you? That's what you've been doing. I see that. I see what you're doing. Yeah, it is consistent. But yeah, I am really happy with how these tokens turned out. I'm really excited about it. Some of these have just a little bit of blue tack that needs taken off the one side, but just a little bit of residual stuff. But otherwise, they're good to go. Snuck 5 minutes in to keep it alive. You on vacation or something? Is that what you were up to? Please don't tell me you're like in the Bahamas or something and you're like tuning into my stream VODs just to keep a streak going. So, a little bit of blue tack on these is just kind of residual, but I have 32 of these tokens I painted, and they should all be very easily readable. I was even happy with how the white showed up on the yellow here. I feel like I choose the right color yellow. Oh, a church camp. Yeah, that's right. The old youth camp. Okay. So you were sneaking, dude, getting the technology. I see how it is. Not following the rules. Breaking the rules on my account here. Okay, let's do another Marine, because we need 6 of them to start, so I'll do this methodically here. So 1, 2, and 3, and then instead of using his standard weapon arms, I'm going to take the last weapon arms in this group, which is 32, 30, and 31. And we need a backpack. We'll take this backpack. We need a head. We'll take that helmet. And we need 2 shoulders. And I'll grab that shoulder and that shoulder. Here we go. Alright, we got some Marines. So let's start trimming pieces. Oh, it's a family camp. Okay, okay. Understood. Yeah, I'm glad GW announced that this kit was coming out individually soon because, man, I like this Mark IV kit. It's a really nice kit. So with these minis, whoa, we are going to be painting, let's see what Marines we're going to be painting out of these 6. And these are the ones that are claimed. Project Legion, let's see. We have Dark Angels are claimed, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, and Raven Guard are claimed. So those are the claimed Marines. All the other legions are still open. Let's test these out. You testing out all my commands. There's stuff that's not working. I should post these on Instagram too, these minis anyway. Make a big hubbub about it. But I'm excited. It gives me a reason to paint some different Marines and we can test some things out. You know, something I thought about after the fact, you know, I post about the Project Legion stuff and kind of the second phase if it's something people are interested in. I've already had one person contribute that's doing this, but if people want to sponsor an entire squad, they choose the Legion and I paint the Legion that squad, and which is obviously a much bigger deal for someone to do. But I told people if multiple people want models from a particular legion, I will happily paint multiples for that. And what could eventually happen is if I build up enough of a force, I could play some games, whether it's smaller games or like just Zone Mortalis or something with that faction, that legion. But what I didn't think about is that they have rules for something called Shattered Legions. And Shattered Legions are rules to combine multiple legions into one army. So if we have a couple people choosing units, or people sticking with a couple different armies, I could definitely play games sooner, show off your guys' minis sooner than just getting something for one faction. And whips, alright, what you been working on? Been painting while you're at this camp too? Is that what you're doing? Very nice. Man, I love that Tau color scheme. Yeah, the white with the red and the black and like the gray accents. No, good like color displacement and everything on there. Like really, really well done. That's exciting. I remember when the Tau color scheme was, I kid you not, the name of the main color for the Tau color scheme was called Vomit Brown. It was Vomit Brown. That was the GW, the Citadel color name, because I painted my Tau in that color scheme and I loved it. And I remember they showed off different color schemes in the original codex, which I still have. And yeah, there was a lot of different color schemes, and the Viorla was the white color scheme. And then I think it was like 2 books later, 2 codexes later, they moved to the white being their main color scheme, the like clean white. And at first I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like that's, you know, the white was always a cool scheme. But then, I don't know, I got tired of it. I missed the classic Tau color scheme. Vomit Brown and Bubonic Brown. Yeah, yep. Good colors. And Snot Green. Snot Green was probably my favorite color from the range. One second. Number 5. We'll take our time putting these together, but after that, we'll probably paint something. Get something started. I got a Legion mini. I got a little 40k mini project here too. We'll see what we can do. I do have 20 tacticals for specifically my Thousand Suns that are assembled. I haven't primed them or anything yet, but that could probably be something I do soon. I want to paint some terrain also. I have 2 big like terrain projects. I want to finish the Prospero board, or Tisca City board, and I have some Zone Mortalis that I'm really chomping at the bit to get to, just because I really want to play Zone Mortalis games. Legs and torso pieces got cleaned up. Yeah, welcome in, guys. So there was a leak, not kind of leak, an unintentional release from GW this morning. They officially opened up the Warhammer Academy website. That's like was like a Wikipedia and like a beginner's guide and like a, you know, video kind of, not hosting, but I guess it hosts like their specific guides for stuff, probably stuff they would normally put on their YouTube channel. That has all that kind of stuff. I am curious to take a look. I want to see what some of the stuff is on that website. But Apostle on Discord, in our very own Discord, posted that Games Workshop accidentally or unintentionally put a photo of the 30K Custodes army that had a picture of the new Terminator squad. It's not a new Terminator squad, it would be the plastic updated Terminator squad from the resin minis. So there's just straight up GW leaking their own stuff. I think that's interesting, and I think we'll see an official announcement soon on that as like a, oops, our bad kind of thing. Like, here you go. But I do think, especially with actually seeing the pictures of them, that by the time the next Heresy Journal comes out, which should be in about a month or so, I think those Terminators will come out alongside. Or at least, like, have rules with it. Like, they were always meant to come out with the journal. It's just they got oopsied a little sooner than planned. And who knows, maybe they were originally meant to be announced during the big summer preview that happened. Which is a very strong possibility, just because their statements about what they were going to be announcing. Okay, Mark IV is going together quick. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are your opinions on them? I think they look fine, with the understanding that this is like one distance photo and we don't have many details to work with. They look much more in proportion, which is good. This Terminator should be bigger than like the power armor dudes. But yeah, I was never like super invested in Custodes before, so I'm not like, oh no, they're missing the head plumes. That's, the most egregious thing that's happened in this world since, I don't know, 1940s or something that people go on whenever it comes to Custodes. So I don't know. I'm not that concerned about it, but I think they look good. I think they'll look good on the table. I have yet to play against Custodes in the new edition, so I don't know if they're, how they play. I heard they're pretty brutal, but they don't win games very often. But then there's also a rumor that there's going to be like a shake-up to the Heresy rules coming soon with a big FAQ. Which, man, I hope that's this week. But probably not. It's been about a year for this edition, so we could use a good FAQ. And arms and bolters trimmed. Mark IV Marines are really nice. It's a really nice kit. Definitely the best power armor kit that's come out of the 4 Heresy ones. So yeah, if you haven't seen the leaked Custodes, they are in the Discord, in the news and rumors channel. Images posted, but there are plenty of images floating around on any kind of like old school forums or like Reddit or something. Their pictures are making their rounds, so not too hard to find. Okay, so arms. Now this guy, I need to actually trim the nubs off the arms on this particular mini. They're not matching the weapon. Though actually, I wonder, are all these arm nubs the same? I think they might be. I think it's specifically just these arms. Huh, maybe you don't need to trim the nubs off. That'd be even better if you don't have to trim the little pieces off. That. The plastic glue there. The hand right in there. We got a bolter. Oh, let's get the next one. What are you guys up to today? How's everybody's week been? Go. Okay. Aiming his bolter. Yeah. Set you down. 2, and then this guy will have similar arms to that previous one. Alright. Looks like we got the arm pieces. Guess we'll do backpacks next. Be careful trimming these because it's a fully rounded surface. Friend, that newfold resin jet bikes and Aquan turbines drastically different rules. Are they not very good in the current rules? I'm not familiar with the Custodes rules. And are you talking about 40k, 30k? You're talking about 40k because of the upcoming Custodes Codex. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Would it be a good or a bad thing if their rules are bad? Like you want them to sell, right? So you want good rules. The 30k players probably want them all to themselves, so we have backpacks done, or I guess cleaned up. Yeah, these are weird backpacks. I don't know why these backpacks have this tab. I'm not quite sure. Does that fit? It does fit in there. Yeah, it's just strange. It's kind of a strange strange backpack layout. It's fine. It won't hold the backpacks. $40K, yeah. Jet bikes, aqualons, guys with big guns have beyond bad rules. There were, yeah, because they're all like legacy right now, right? Or legends or whatever they call it in 40K. So yeah, they're definitely not going to make good rules for the non-important stuff for a lot of 40K players. This jetpack. Six Marines I'm assembling right now, and all 6 of them are going to be a different legion. We have Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, and Raven Guard at this point. One Marine for each. Okay. Put the heads on. All right, back to the old Marines here. just have shoulders to work on. He's good. Really stormy around here today. It's crazy. It's been dark all day. It's kind of nice. Something about it is relaxing, just like extra relaxing. Your other shoulder. One. Okay, here we go. You go there. Oops. Go here. Get cleaned up. Alright. Now we're on to you guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to put them on their normal bases now. Anybody here remember when bases came on sprues? A little sprue of 4 bases. I remember those. Now they just send you bags of bases. The slot bases? Yeah, I still have a bunch of slot bases. Definitely no No 40k or AOS minis use those anymore. Okay, let's get this bag of bases out here. One, two, three, four, five, and 6. So these are the first 6 Marines for the our Project Legion. So people choosing a Marine Legion to represent. I'm going to paint a Marine for that Legion. That's what this is, and we're going to make an experiment. I'm curious who will be the last taken. That'll be interesting, but we'll do this until we have all 18 legions represented. Okay, there are 6 Marines that we can get base coated at some point in the near future. So we'll put that up. Put this guy up. We'll do some random hobby stuff here for a few minutes. So my son has been assembling Mandalorians. I'll show you guys some of these Mandos here. But we have a little system. I'm helping him assemble them. Here's some examples. Let's see. Here's one. It's a Mandalorian. Let's put you guys up here. Okay. Here's one Mando. And here's one with the jetpack. So, really cool minis. But we have a system where he has been clipping them out of the sprues. And then I shave the pieces for him. He can shave them with a file. I don't let him use a hobby knife yet. But he shaves, or I'll shave the pieces with a hobby knife, and then he puts them together. He'll actually glue them together and stuff. And that's kind of our system. And last we left off, he had clipped pieces, and I did not trim pieces yet. And just 3 models at a time is what we're doing. So I'll get these trimmed for him real quick. So if we want a hobby tonight, he can just dive right in. Doesn't have to wait for me. Do this. Trying to encourage him to work on these a little bit every day. So I can get them all assembled, and I feel like he would enjoy the painting more than the assembling. So this is kind of the one you'll have to push him a little bit through. The set he got has 36 minis in it. So it's a lot. It's a big set. Something he does though, when he knows I'm trimming them, he won't clip them very close to the model. It's like his speed way of doing it. You know, the knife will cut regardless. You know, I don't think I mind, because at that point it makes the nubs really easy to see. This actually helps a lot. Oh, alright, get this other side. Okay. So there's one. The other one here. I imagine he'll want to paint on stream with me at some point. He did put together some of them, and I primed him in case he wanted to take a break from assembly and just start painting some stuff. We'll see. He has, let's see, got 12 models assembled. Out of 36. He's done a really good job assembling these minis, though. The most difficult part for him is actually sanding down. The nubs, which would be pretty horrible if you're actually just sanding it. So I understand that it takes forever. Last leg on this guy. Have a weird like slot that goes in. It's of like a tactical rock. Okay. Everything's done. Yep. All right. So we got that. We got 2 arms, 2 legs, both halves of the torso. Okay, yeah, we're good. Good on there. Put you right there. We'll get this other one started. So a jetpack one. Hope you guys are staying healthy out there. No one's getting any nasty parasites. I went to a Zone Mortalis event on Sunday and there were multiple people that canceled. I think majority or all of those were due to crazy parasite or digestive issues, what they were saying. Hey, Mech Tech, what's going on? How you doing? Putting up a 3D print? Nice, nice. What did you print? I don't know if there's any Total War fans here, but this Thursday... Ooh, a Tech Marine. Nice, nice. Appropriate made a 3D print. There is a stream... Thursday morning. It's 10:30 Eastern is when it starts, and they said it's going to be about an hour, which means I'll probably be late to stream, to be honest, because I'm really interested in watching this. But they're going to show off Total War 40k, and there's kind of two phases. They're going to show the full battle that they've been kind of previewing, like they've been showing footage of that battle, the Guard versus Orcs, and so they're going to be doing that, and then they're going to have a discussion about some different aspects of the game. And I think the focus on this one is they're going to try to do a lot of these streams, what they said, like focusing on different things, but this one's going to be ranged combat and cover and how that works in the game, with showing lots of like clips and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in Total War 40k, it might be something worth tuning into. Okay, we got that done. Cool. Put these all back. I got my son little containers to separate his parts so we can do things in stages. Okay. Work for the painting sun is complete. Clear off some of these plastic shavings. Something else I'm going to do, I have all my tokens here. I'll show you guys just all of my tokens that I painted. All of them. There's 32 of them. I doubt I'll ever use 32 in the game, but they are very useful. We're going to put them in their bag. And they are now ready to use in game, including in any future live streams that we do. So hopefully we can actually see them. What happened with the first model you tried, Mech Tech? And is this, are you new to 3D printing? You think there's just like growing pains, or Hey, Blue, Raja, welcome in. How you guys doing? Okay, I'm gonna paint something. That's what we're gonna do. Question is, what do we paint? I think I know what to paint. We're gonna paint our little ice cream with chocolate fudge towers here. Working and lurking, yeah. They look like little soft serve with like fudge on them, don't they? It's great. But we're gonna paint those. We gotta continue some colors. Cover really thin plastic, so it looked like it was covered in cobweb. Oh, so you have a filament printer then, huh? What color was this? This was dark burgundy, I'm pretty sure. What we're gonna do, yeah, we're just gonna take pink, and then we're gonna try to add colors and try to do our own little highlights here. Yeah, I get that though. I get it. Heading to lunch. All right. Well, welcome in, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm chilling. We assembled some minis. I put together the Marines for the Project Legion, so we're doing Mark IV Marines to start. So I got 6 of them assembled, and I might prime those up and then just kind of paint those at random times. I think we'll just do them one at a time, paint them up, and it should be fun. But we got 6 Marines claimed for that so far. We'll start painting those. It's, was it Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, and Raven Guard are all claimed. Okay, so we used Dark Burgundy already, so let's put some Dark Burgundy down, and we're gonna put a little bit of pink in there. Little bit more pink in there. I brighten it just a little bit. Put some water. Yeah, cool. These little ice cream things are actually little flames. Making them pink. I wanted to start really dark and see how this would look really dark. That bag, yeah. Raja, did you see the new Custodes models? I feel like you'd be interested in that. The leak. There was a leak this morning. It was actually a accidental post from GW, but yeah. And last night I saw Pennywise getting along with her desensitization. Yeah. You've been avoiding buying more for now, yeah. The stuff with the painting wife and like her food, it's been going really well. Yeah, very well. So yeah, he did not. Okay, well, there's a picture of them. It's the 30K Terminators. I think called Aquilon Terminator. I don't remember what the 30K Terminators are called, but they Games Workshop accidentally posted a picture of the new plastic ones. So we're in resin, and they accidentally put a picture on their Warhammer Academy website. So now they're just there. Yeah, accidentally. Yeah, they're just like in like a group photo. They're there. Yeah, Blue, it's been going well. So she's yeah, we're all good at this point, I think. So, but it's like a continual process, right? So even if something isn't 100%, it's like you know, we take some time and try again. So. Back ones are cool. Yeah, is that the right one? Is that the 30k Terminators? I don't remember who's who in this situation. I don't follow Custodes stuff too often, so I don't keep up with all the names of their units. Over being allergic to so many things, but yeah, like, yeah, just kidding. Yeah, yeah, it is wild. Yeah, yep. Many many happy tears have been shed already. It was actually really funny. So we had tacos for dinner last night, and we eat like taco stuff pretty frequently, but you know, making tacos for years, and like I'll add a lot of seasoning and try to make them, you know, like really good and stuff, but I have to avoid garlic. So garlic was always something to avoid when it came to tacos. And last night we put garlic in the tacos. I chopped up some like fresh garlic like really fine, and then like put it in the tacos. And I didn't do it like much else, like salt and like chili powder, and then garlic. And so I don't eat garlic in a lot of things anymore anyway because of her food sensitivities. But I just put that in the tacos. When I know how to put like a whole bunch of different seasonings in to make them taste good. I just put some garlic, cooked the like ground beef. I did some pork too, but I cooked some ground beef, and I take one bite of my taco. I'm like, this is the best taco I've made in years. It's just like, yeah, it's just the garlic. What we've been missing out on. It is magic, yeah, it is. I had forgotten. It's been so long since I've done much with it. It's just really funny though. Like of all the things, who needs other seasonings? Okay. Did that coat of purple. It's starting to look a little less like chocolate syrup on it. Garlic on tacos? What are those? This looks like ice cream. It does. It's like ice cream with like chocolate on it, right? It's my soft serve. These are gonna be, they're like flames that go on terrain. I have the big like mastaba temple thing for my Prospero terrain that I was working on. There's specific little pyres that these sit on, and they're gonna be flames. But we're building up into a pink. Position. get some magenta out. Ice cream fire. Yeah, that's my kind of fire. I'll do a little more in there. Yeah, we assembled Marines for the Legion project, the first 6 Marines that people have claimed. We're all assembled and ready to go. Those need to be primed and painted, obviously. Yeah, I did some work for the painting son. Fire Nations, staples, snacks since the invasion. Yeah, yep. Darken anything? I don't know. Or brighten anything? I don't know. I could probably be bribed with ice cream. Oh, weird. Okay, what's up, Greenleaf? How you doing? Slash, there's a area strip. Yeah, there probably is, right? Why does that make me think of like Fallout? Was that Fallout 3? Where you go into the simulator, right? Yeah. Have to make it weird. I was assembling, or not assembling, I guess, cleaning up some minis that Painting Son is going to be assembling. We have a little system where he clips the minis, I clean up all the nubs, and then he puts glues them together. And it's worked out pretty well so far. We're moving through things. A little slowly, but... Okay, let's go brighter. These don't have to be, like, amazing, I'm just... Get some basic looking fire here. We demand perfection. You're in the wrong place. Absolutely in the wrong place. more of both colors. Furthest I've been from it in a while. I only caught a small part of the stream. I like the color scheme though. It's a good color scheme. Get pretty close to it, and yeah. Perfection that feels attainable, which is cozier. Yeah. I get that. I get it. There's like a yeah, something satisfying about it not being like technically perfect, right? Okay. Gonna force myself to dial things back a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. I think there's I think there's something great about like a less is more color scheme, right? Being able to find a way for, like, you know, a single highlight over a color to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. And I think there's something really cool about that. That can look really good. Motivating to paint that way, yeah. Paint for Golden D-Man on Twitch, and it's just like, yeah, far beyond my capability. Yeah. That's understandable. Well, what I plan on doing with this Project Legion stuff, I'm going to paint these Marines. I'm going to do them one at a time. And I want to post up on I want to post them on Instagram, but I want to be a way to have a guide that's like, hey, this is the way to paint them if you want to get minis on the table that look good, right? But quickly. So let's get a lot of them on the table, especially if you're painting armies. So I'm hoping to be able to do that with these Marines. It should be good, you know, like What do we know with a Raven Guard? Like, Raven Guard would be pretty quick. The biggest problem with me is going to be, like, transfer work. Because I don't know if I have specific transfers for all, all the legions. I don't think I do. So that'll be the most difficult part. But 7-8 photo step guide on them. Yeah, that's a good idea. I also want to paint them on stream. So if I'm doing photo guides on them, it might be difficult just because. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. There you go. I'd have to like stop, set up photo stuff, take a picture. Maybe I can do that. That might be doable. I'll set up a little photo thing next to the stream desk here. So that could very much work if I needed it to. Yeah, no, Valkyrie, what I do, I literally just try to paint efficiently. And, I have a lot of time to paint. So I'm able to do, I guess, quantitatively a lot more. But that's just like the nature of what I do and what my time involves. But yeah, it's not about perfection for me. Getting things on the table. But when you do things enough, right? Like repetition and everything. Slowly just get more steady with it. I see breaking the rules. What's up, Cody? What am I doing? I'm painting ice cream here. How am I breaking rules? Oh, I didn't even see. Sorry. Okay. All right, never mind. I'm done. I'm done. Alright, I think that voice ban has gone on long enough. That is literally, Cody, that's literally the second time someone's ever used that on me. Been streaming for 5.5 years. What's going on? Longinus. Longinus? Welcome from Atlanta. Nice, nice. I've been to Atlanta a few times. Terrible roads, or terrible traffic, really, but otherwise I don't have any problems with anybody in Atlanta. Welcome in. Kundril, welcome. Yeah, would painting orcs to perfection be technically, like, incorrect? Maybe? I don't know. I think there's a difference between, like, a perfect looking model and, like, technical perfection, right? Maybe two very different looking things. Yeah. Should we use that one more? You can if you want. Or you can just show up when no one else is talking and I don't talk for 10 minutes anyway, or whatever. It's used so infrequently I never put a sound alert to it, so I didn't even know it was happening. I'm just painting some torch flames here. Hoping they're not too dark for what I want here. The armies, Bludgeons, Eldars, tendency of perfection's kind of have it, yeah. Orcs you have to have just maybe a different mindset altogether then, right? Which is kind of fun in a way, right? Losing the ice cream feel, yeah. Well, they're not going to stay pink either, so that's part of the fun with this. Is it's not actually pink flames that we're making or purple flames or anything. It's they're gonna be fire. This is just my fun way of going about it. Use some Smurfs and use them to learn on, yeah. Yeah, just some Ultramarines. Just paint up some Ultramarines and go from there. You're gonna get addicted, dude. You're gonna start painting Ultramarines. You're like, man, this is really fun. These minis look really good. I'm just gonna keep painting more Ultramarines. That's how it goes. Okay, let's do one more layer. Put that down. Mix this into something really bright. That's super bright. That's good. Away from the silver and crimson. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah. Ultimately, right? It's like you like your color scheme because you like it. You'll all see here. You'll see. Recent fluff, pull me back toward the smarts, even though distaste of the matte ward era lingers. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Ooh, yeah, those codexes, that lore, definitely something else. Product of its era, but man, it was bad. You know, I really like Phil Kelly as like a book writer, as a like a codex writer and stuff. Mainly because he wrote the 5th edition Dark Eldar Codex and the lore in that, which is incredible. But he also wrote the 5th edition Space Wolf Codex, and the 5th edition Space Wolf Codex is the one where they named everything Wolf. You know, and they ended up with the Thunder Wolves and Canis Wolfborn with his wolf pelt and wolf shield, and you know, and like all that stuff. Who rides his Thunder Wolf? Like that's all Phil Kelly also, and it's like ugh. Guess you can't win them all. Okay. Let's try this. Where's my color? There's my color. Yeah, just knock everything over. So, if you haven't heard yet, $2.80 on my P-order. Oh, sweet. How did you just order from Monument's website? Nice. You're welcome, Blue. You're welcome. Exclamation point PA. We're gonna use I and in yellow. I'll show you guys. The guy left as much of a sour feeling. Even though I got tabled by every time. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Curse you, Space Wolves. So we're doing this thing called Project Legion. 6 paints you need to buy more of. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. Cool. Well, thank you for the support. Glad the coupon worked for you. We're doing a thing called Project Legion. Also, you guys are going to see what happens. This is I end in yellow. And I'll show you guys. We're going to set that to the side. Okay, you guys ready for this? I mean, it's one of my best friends that always played Space Wolves against me, and I still hate him, so we're using this as a tint. We're not going to use it as contrast. Okay, so we want it to be a thin layer. Where the inside is staying yellow, right? Not grabbing that orange property that it likes to do when it pools. Did Magnus make it? Yeah. So this is basically just using the idea, I guess it's the color theory, that if you cover pink with yellow, you get orange. So with that in mind, we covered pink with yellow, and that's our difference. But yeah, I'm gonna do that for the other three here, and then we'll have our little pyres all painted up. We'll be good to go. But we are doing something called Project Legion. So what this is you guys are choosing a Legion to represent. Details are in the Discord. There's actually a channel now for Project Legion, but you guys are choosing a Legion to represent, and then I'm going to paint a Marine from that Legion, a tactical Marine. That's kind of the first and easiest part of this whole thing. There are 6 Legions currently represented. So if you want a particular Legion that you're a fan of and you want them represented, go ahead and get in on it. To get a Marine represented, it's just a $5 donation, and then just let me know which Legion. So, and the full list and all the accompanying information about what, you know, the full kind of thing is in that channel. It's a pinned message. Yeah, so we're doing. The 6 Legions represented so far are Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, and Raven Guard. Those are all represented at this moment. So all the others are open. I assembled 6 Marines this morning. I can go ahead and start on them for one model. How much for one model? $5. Just $5. The models do stay at, you know, the Painting Dad studio and everything. They're going to go up on display. And they'll have your name on the base and all that. So it'll be your mini and your Legion. There is a second kind of part to this, which is if you would like to like sponsor or have represented an entire squad, because I would like to see how these different Legions paint as far as like a batch paint and what like an army color scheme would look like, because it's always easy to just paint one mini and you can put a bunch of detail into it, but like, you know, painting a whole squad and like going through that process is kind of a different beast. But if you would like that, I have the kind of info about that on the Discord page as well. And you know, one of those, it's a long-term thing. This isn't something I'm like, you know, let's do it this month. Like, this is just if you have an idea or you want to see something, like, that's great. No space wolves yet. No space wolves represented. But if you know, like, long term, we get, say, people really want me to paint space wolves as a meme, and people sponsor a Space Wolf squad and someone else sponsor another Space Wolf squad, and we get multiple squads, that can happen. And what'll eventually happen is, if I have multiple squads from, say, multiple legions, I can combine those into a force, and I can actually put them onto the tabletop stream, so we can play games. It would probably start with Zone Mortalis games, which is super fun to play anyway, but we can start putting them in on games and everything, and your represented squad will be right there. It also adds some variety into the streams too, for those streams, so it's not just Thousand Suns playing the same person every week. What was the list again? You can check it out on Discord real quick, but the ones that are represented are Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, and Raven Guard are all claimed at this point. Hey, Spiced, welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? This is not magic. No, I'm not quite that magical. This is just messing with properties of paint and color theory. So I base coated these minis in pinks, like shades of pink, right? It's actually a dark burgundy and then up to a pink. Kept some of it white, and then I took a clear yellow paint, this is Iyanden Yellow Contrast. I made it a point not to like keep with the contrast property, right? I didn't want to like pool this on like you would normally with contrast, but using it as a tint, I covered everything, and when you put clear yellow over a pink, you get orange. So with the varying shades that I had, we ended up with 4 cool looking like flame things. Could I have just painted these orange and yellow? Of course I could have, but you know what? I didn't want to do that, so I wanted to do it this way. So that's fun. If I end up painting some Imperial Fist Legionaries, then I'll probably do more of this. Because there's that Imperial Fist yellow, which is like a contrast paint that's apparently very good for that technique. But yeah, we assembled the first 6 Marines, so I'm doing Mark IVs here. I am going to get... I wanted to do Mark IVs, but at the time I announced it, or was talking about it, I guess they had just... They didn't quite have these guys announced yet, so... yeah, but I'll get a box of Mark IVs to finish these off for the Legions. Bases up. Mark IVs are very general. They work really well with all the Legions, and these are super fun models to assemble and paint. I'm already like in love with this Mark of Armor, just on the actual sculpts and the miniatures. Back to work, Lurk. All right. If you ever want to see a squad of minis painted with a certain armor mark, let me know and we can figure that out. Okay. Those are done. We got the little flame things done. So we're just getting a bunch of little things accomplished today, which is nice. What can we do next? Yeah, it's fun. Again, this is just messing with yellows and pinks. That's all. These are the 3 pink colors I used. Well, I used dark burgundy, which is not pink, but I had magenta and pink, all pearl crow. Yeah, see you, Rajan. Have a good one. There were plastic marines in 1987. Yeah, were they? I guess. Yeah, plastic marines have been around for a long time. Okay. So what do we work on at this point? Oh, I don't even know. I could just assemble more marines and get them ready. Hey, Jaded. Alpha Legion? Alright, let me, I'll edit this real quick. Edit. Alpha Legion. Spell. Valkyrie. Okay. Cool. So that's it. I should have put that in a separate message so I can edit that easy. Rogue Trader Beakies and plastic were an official thing. Yeah. I do have a very old Rogue Trader or second edition library. It's got to be Rogue Trader. Metal Librarian. Space Marine Librarian. Someone gave me as a really nice gift that one of these days I'll get around to painting him like 1,000 Sun. But alright, well, I think we should probably just do this then. We'll get these other 4 together. And again, we are assembling Mark IV Marines, the new Mark IV Tactical Squad. So we'll do an Alpha Legionnaire. And a couple others. 10 should get us going pretty well. So that's 7 of them claimed out of the 18 legions. Let's see. Right there. Second edition sorcerer, really nice. Yeah, I think it's a just do 1, 2, 3. Let's do it this way. I think it's a Space Marine Librarian. The mini. It's not like a Chaos Sorcerer or anything. Okay, we did Bolter number 5 on number 1, so let's go to number 1 and number 2. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, because we're rotating it that one. It's that way, so we need 2. I want them to at least have the different arms. We're also going to experiment with something here because I think you don't even have to cut the nubs off the arms to swap out the weapons on these. The weapons are literally, like the numbers on the weapons are just a suggestion. Which is really cool. Is Alpha Legion going to get a Nemesis Bolter? No, so all of these Marines are just going to be basic tacticals. We're not doing anything crazy with these Marines. This is a... it's more of an experiment in colors than like actual unique stuff. If somebody wants to sponsor a full like squad, then we'll talk about getting like extra bits and stuff. I'll maybe do some things there. Yeah, I'm not gonna 3D print like one helmet for each guy or whatever, and go and look up those bits just to have because sometimes those, like the extra helmets, or like transfer things or something, like those cost money. So we're not gonna worry about. I'm not gonna pay like $5 for a helmet STL just to equip one Marine with a unique helmet. Scale armor would be cool. Yeah, there are people that make scale armor STLs out there. Yep, that's a thing. First 10. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Jaded. I appreciate it. I hope this Alpha Legionnaire is good. It'll be amazing. Yeah, yeah, we'll see what kind of paint I get. I have some good contrast paint I could put over silver, but also like Vallejo metal colors, true metallic metals are pretty nice. We'll see what we come up with. The Alpha Legion is probably the one I was most unsure about, least sure about, like as far as color scheme goes, like what I would do. So now I can start thinking about it. And yeah, guys, if you didn't already see or hear, Total War 40K has a live stream coming up on Thursday at 10:30 Eastern time. The teal color. Yeah, I want to make it metallic. I know a lot of the way that's kind of painted is like a metallic. You like that nice like turquoise blue-green color. Maybe not quite turquoise, I don't know, like it's just like a deep blue-green. But 10:30 there's a Total War 40K stream. Not for me, but there is a company that's streaming that, and they're going to be showing off a full battle and like how a battle plays in that game. And they're also going to be doing, after they show off that battle, they're going to be basically explaining mechanics of the game. And they said they plan on doing these somewhat often to get through different mechanics and to show off different parts of the game. But the first couple mechanics they're talking about are ranged combat and how ranged combat works in Total War 40K, and cover. They said the stream will be about an hour, so it'll probably happen. I think I'm going to be a little late to starting stream on Thursday. I think I'll be watching that stream. I don't think I'm going to be able to start stream early to like live stream with it. So it's yeah, I'm gonna start. I'll start. It'll be about 11:30 when I jump on stream. But I'm sure we can talk all about Total War 40K. And all the mechanics and what they need. I have a lot of experience with Total War games, so I have played Total War since the year 2000 when Shogun 1 came out, or just Shogun Total War. So hopefully I have some decent insight into what's happening or what things mean. Did anybody watch the 40K tournament that was going on this past week? I think it was Tacoma Open. I have a very specific question about Tacoma Open. I haven't bothered to look up Games Workshop's like streams. More like I thought about and then forgot about it, so I just remembered. The Rome 1 soundtrack is so good. Yeah, yeah. The battle music. Yeah, it's good. I don't know if Rome 1 would be my most played Total War, but I remember as like a 13, 14-year-old, I played that game so much. It feels like I played that game so much. You think you played more Medieval 2? I did not play more Medieval 2. I actually didn't buy Medieval 2. I never played it until I remember watching a YouTuber play. He did like a Let's Play, but it was for the Third Age Total War mod for Medieval 2. So it was the Lord of the Rings mod. And I was like, that's the coolest mod I've ever seen. And so I got the game just so I could install that mod and play. Clean up these arms a little bit, the backpacks and stuff. Heads. But I ended up playing just vanilla Medieval 2, and it's very good. It was really good. I still remember the first time I was playing it, and accidentally discovering the New World in Medieval Total War. Yeah, the archers were great. Yeah, England was the way to go in that game. England or like the Holy Roman Empire were my favorite. But yeah, discovering the New World and having no idea that that was ever in the game, and then playing it and discovering it and just like having to figure out things as I went along with that, it was wild. Just the absolute like trove of money you could get by sending merchants there and everything. Do I need to fire up Medieval 2 Total War again? Maybe. Yeah, Third Age mod was great. Now I think it's called Divide and Conquer is what the mod is called. They've like combined mods and teams have changed and stuff over the years, but they still keep that game up to date. The Atlantic and North Sea coastline. It's an old world competition in the New World. Yeah, you just had to fight the Americans, which was like crazy, like the natives. Here we go. Moment of truth. Do these just line up? I think they just work, guys. I think they do. We'll see. Yeah, so this kit is updated. If anyone's assembled any of the Tactical Marine kits for Heresy that have come out. What you have, and I'll show you guys. Every model it's the front torso plate. They have this little nub, this little like rhombus thing, parallelogram. Okay. The older kits, if I'm not mistaken, I have assembled hundreds of Space Marines at this point with these kits, but the older kits, they had different shapes of nubs for each pose. And then the corresponding arms had the divots that matched said pose. So all you had to do to put different arms on different Marines was just slice off a little nub, and then you were good. You could put the arms on whatever Marine you wanted, and you didn't have to worry about that. These Mark IV Marines, what they did was every torso has the same nub shape and position. And then all that matters is where the nub is, or the divot is on the inside of each arm. That determines what bolter it is. So you don't even have to cut off the nubs. All you have to just match arms to different minis. That's all you do. Which is crazy. Like that's really cool. That is so nice. Yeah, this kit is far and beyond. Even like that Mark VI kit that came out a couple years ago, or the Mark IIs that came out last year. That's such a nice change. Yeah, just goes right there. We're gonna march on London while my attention was elsewhere. Yeah. I saw someone play a challenge with Medieval 2, which was they played as England, but they couldn't do anything for like 40 turns. So they couldn't move armies, they couldn't train troops. Yeah, they just had to endure like 40 turns of like working with the troops they have, surviving sieges and everything. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Scotland Forever run. Yeah. It's basically just cheesing the siege battles as the defender. That's pretty much what they did for 40 turns. Okay. We got those. Let's get the other parts out here. We got backpacks, heads, and shoulders. Yeah, you don't have any other options, yeah. It's a simple run, right? But you have to kind of catch up afterwards. Backpacks, don't worry about. They're slightly different from each other, but not too concerned about who's who with the backpacks. Go, we'll do helmeted heads. 2, 3, 4. And then shoulder pads. Hey, Gloomy Otters, welcome in. How are you doing? We're putting some Space Marines together. I'm doing this for a project I talked about on Discord, and I've been talking about the past couple streams, but we're calling it Project Legion, and it's essentially you guys, the community, claims a Marine, and I paint a Marine that Legion. Like, you claim a Legion basically, and I paint a mini that Legion. And so far 7 of the Legions are claimed. There are, what is that, 11 more to go, where this kind of part is complete, but not like it's a rush or anything unless you really got a Legion that you want represented. But there are 7 that are claimed. So I'm assembling some Marines. Get up there and I'll end up base coating these guys probably sometime this week. Getting more stuff to paint. Painting 2 knobs on Smash-A-Squigs. Nice. Are those like the minis that are coming out with the kill team? I know they're not new, but we're talking about how everybody wants that kill team box for the Exodite minis. But the Orc players are the ones that are really eating good from all this because they're about to get dirt cheap. Beast Snagas and like the Squig Rider guys. Like Squig Horse Riders. So, good for them. Good for Orc players this edition. You guys are getting all kinds of stuff. Okay. Put this backpack on. We have to put the glue in this part because it's a little wonky. Backpacks are the weirdest thing on these minis. At least assembling the backpacks are the weirdest thing. Whoops. This one look amazing. Might pick it up. Yeah. What's going on, Killicam? How are you doing, man? Together some more of these Marines. Ah, shoot. Chilling work. Excited to get home and work on the ends. Nice. Have you done anything else on them yet, or you still just have them like Zenithal? Yeah, hopefully they print a lot of that Exodite Kill Team set. The big box. That one's kind of a no-brainer to make a lot because it seems like people are going nuts for it. So it also seems like GW knows what they have making that set. Bark done on 2, almost 3. Oh, nice. Okay. Like the full bark, not just like the base coat. Oh, nice. Okay. Those are gonna look so cool. You gonna come and play a game on stream with them when they're done? Test them out against me. Yeah, sweet. That'd be cool. If you ever want to come on stream, just give me some some dates, and we can make it happen. Okay, shoulder pads. Yeah, you like the Custodes Terminators? Dang, dude, you're gonna be a Custodes player. Yeah, I wonder if GW's gonna announce them soon. Like, just do a full reveal. I don't think those pictures are the most flattering, but I don't think they look bad. I think they look good. I think the people that are complaining about them are people that probably own the resin ones, and they don't like the changes to them. But they look mean and intimidating. And big, which seems appropriate for Custodes level Terminators. Yeah, so you're about done. Just getting you on the base. Should I base all these guys the same? You guys think that's what I should do? They were leaked to drum a pipe. I don't know. GW doesn't seem like the kind of company that does that, honestly. I think whoever was making that website, like, you know, to be honest, GW has, they make what, like hundreds of kits, maybe? Hundreds of miniature kits? Not to mention all the Forge World resin and stuff. I think that whoever was making the website either probably didn't know that specific kit, there's probably like a folder of images to use, and like, oh yeah, Custodes, here's the Custodes folder or whatever, and I'm going to put these images here. And you know, like most people that exist in the world, you can't possibly remember every single model that is out, you know, and I imagine working for the company and seeing things early, it probably jumbles it up even more. And so you just put it out, and it's just like, yeah, it's a Custodes army picture. There's nothing, you know, nothing new here. Like, yeah, they have Terminators. They have 2 Terminator kits. One's in plastic. The 30K one, like, I'm sure most people that looked at that picture didn't realize that they were different either. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like an Occam's razor thing, right? Like, probably more so just not like ignorance or incompetence, or just not even knowing that those models exist in that form. We do an Armada stream. You give me a day or a date, Raja, in the future, and we can figure it out. Or give me a couple days that work for you in the future, and we'll make sure it works. Yeah. Okay, so we have 10 Marines out now. So we have space for Project Legion. As of now, there are 7 legions claimed. It's Dark Angels, Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Salamanders, Raven Guard, and Alpha Legion. Those are the legions that are claimed. If you want to claim a legion, you can also check out the Discord channel, the Project Legion Discord channel, and that has the list of all the claimed ones. You can claim one. All I ask is for a $5 donation. It helps cover the cost of the box set, basically. When we get all 18 legions covered, it's like the cost of the 20-man box set, right? And I put the painting son. He has salamanders, and he didn't pay me $5, so I'm even down $5 already. But you claim a legion, the $5, and yeah, I will paint that legion as a tactical marine. Your name goes on the base. They go on display, and they're there. And I'm probably gonna make some little guides. I'm gonna write down. Like the paints I use. I'll post them on Instagram, I think, when I finish each individual marine. So we'll do things like that. We'll kind of make a thing about it, and hopefully get some good color schemes for different marines. And then if you want me to paint an entire squad to keep here, it'll be your squad that's represented here. That's another part of Project Legion that you can check out. You can check that out when when you want to look at that Discord post. There's information about it. It's there. So oh yeah, you have to pass me that mini, Raja. You and my draw have to pass me a mini. You guys got your free commission mini and never gave me anything. So yeah, that's the plan. So we assembled these guys. I trimmed some minis for the painting son. I cleaned up some minis for him. He's been clipping sprues out. I clean them up and then he glues them together. That's been our system to help him get his minis assembled. But he is on minis, I think 9 through 12 of his 36 box of Mandalorians for Star Wars Legion. And then I also painted these little flames. Trajan. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I'll paint Trajan for you. Sounds like fun. So we painted some flames. We painted them pink and then put yellow on top of them. So that'll be for terrain that I'll need to paint. Maybe tomorrow we'll paint some terrain. I don't know. We will figure out something. I might need to do some more oil wash too. But I don't know. Might be a this evening thing. We're going to figure that out. However, I think I might call stream there. We did some random things. We got these guys ready. These will be primed and base coated soon, and maybe Sunday night we start on one. We go ahead and paint one. Might make that work. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me and keeping me company and all that. I should be on tomorrow around 11 a.m. Eastern. And then Thursday, I think we'll start around 11:30, maybe a few minutes after. I'm gonna watch that the Total War 40K stream going on. So I don't have time to start the stream to watch it together because I'm not ready by 10:30. But afterwards we'll get on and we'll probably just spend all stream talking about Total War 40K because unless some other big news comes out, then we'll kind of split it. But should be a good time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon and yeah, wonderful evening. Killer Cam, Jaded, Raja, you guys have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.